Let's talk about video, shall we? So you mentioned you got a search warrant for not the crime scene surveillance system, but the defendant's surveillance system in 258. Is that right?
Yes, sir. It was a Cobra surveillance system.
And on that system, were you able to extract relevant information in the time frame that we're talking about here today?
Yes, sir. There was 4 cameras that were operational on his property.
Okay. And they had multiple camera angles?
Yes, sir.
And how voluminous was the data that you recovered when you got the hard drive on that surveillance system?
Hours and hours of footage.
Okay. We can watch it all, but it'd take us a while to watch it all. Is that safe to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me show you what's been marked as State 62. Actually, Your Honor, I want to do this as court's exhibit. Because what is this that we're looking at?
This is all the videos around the time frame, hours and hours of footage from the defendant's camera system.
Okay. Your Honor, I marked this as a court's exhibit. We moved this as a court's exhibit as the foundation for some excerpts. Very good. So I marked it as State 62. I want to put it in evidence. I want to have the court have it, but not hours of that. Okay. From that court's exhibit, were you able to narrow the time frame to relevant portions to about 8 minutes that is relevant for the decision the jury has to make today?
I was.
Or this week, next week. Let me show you what's been marked as State 63. Do you recognize this?
I do.
What is that?
This is the redacted version of the videos from defendant's camera surveillance system.
And when you say redacted, does that mean you changed the contents or any of the video?
No.
What do you mean redacted?
Just shortened it so it's not as long.
Cut time out to keep is that?
Yes, sir.
But didn't edit the content, didn't edit anything, add anything. Is that right? Just want to make that
Correct.
clear. When
We
you
did
say
not edit anything.
Yeah. How do you recognize that's the drive?
Yes, sir.
How do you recognize that?
I initialed it.
There you go. You reviewed it prior to court.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We move State 63 into evidence.
I have no objections.
Send out.
And then while we're up here doing all this, are there specific moments in time that are of special interest to the court and to the jury?
Yes, sir.
And what can you describe specifically, before we see it, what part of the video required, in your opinion, or your testimony, special interest on this video, the excerpt? You recall what that is unless we play it? Let me ask you this. What is the gist of, do you see Mr. Todd going into a garage?
In his detached garage, getting a AR-style rifle out of his gun safe, manipulating it, and then bringing it to his vehicle along with another handgun.
Okay, and that's an excerpt on that hard drive?
Yes, sir.
I'm specifically referring to State 64, move 64 in evidence.
Any objection?
No, sir.
Send out.
Let's just try to keep it a foundation. So, and all of that video is sometimes at a distance and difficult to see,
Yes, sir.
okay? And as a result of that, were you able to take screenshots or screen captures from relevant portions of the video to aid the jury in seeing the moving video?
Yes, sir.
Let me show you a series of photographs. Or screenshots, I apologize. It's hard to see. Your Honor, show the defense counsel. Let me have you take a look at these really quickly. See if those are fair and accurate representations of screenshots that you took from the video that's already in evidence, and those are accurate clips from that 8-minute video.
Yes, sir, they are.
Okay? Fair and accurate from the video?
Yes, sir.
This time, Your Honor, we've moved states 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. Make sure I'm not sticking. And 76 in evidence.
I have no objections.
They're in evidence.
All
No
right.
objection from defense.
Thank you. Let's play this video first, and then we can talk about it later, all right? Let me turn this, make sure it works good. You freeze that and can you maximize that, or is that as big as it gets? There you go. All right. But before we play that, let me ask you a couple more questions. Did Mr. Todd's surveillance system have a date and time stamps on the surveillance system based on the system itself?
Yes, sir.
Were you able to verify the accuracy of that, the time on that?
Not 100%, but that is very close.
It could be a couple minutes either way, but it's pretty close to,
Pretty accurate. Yes, sir.
based on like Sheriff's Department response times and kind of.
Yes, sir.
It's in the ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly, a minute is still a minute, even if it's off a couple minutes either way. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Before we press play, just tell us what we're looking at.
That's camera footage from defendant's house towards his detached garage and vehicle on July 20th, 2022, around 11. I can't see the minutes, but 11 p.m.
11 to 4 p.m. And so as we're looking from this camera angle, and you talked about the large gray safe in the, if I'm looking at, would the safe be up in this area? Can you see my finger?
Yes, sir.
In that area? All right. May I pose to the jury, Your Honor?
Yes.
Let's show the highlight excerpts, State 64. Not yet, it will be. Turn this, make sure this works for it. Shows that. Hold on a second. Hold on. All right. That's day 64. All right, let's talk about screenshots now, little small takeaway still photos that help describe what it is that we're seeing here. I believe all these are in evidence. You want to use this too?
This would be K1.
All right, it's K1. What are you referring to?
This is
Investigator?
State's Exhibit 65. It's a still photo from defendant's camera surveillance system on July 20th, 2022, around 6:24 p.m. It looks like he's leaving his residence on a golf court, looking at a cell phone.
Okay.
Next one is State's Exhibit 66, which is K2. Oh.
Okay.
State's Exhibit 66, July 20th, 2022, 11:08 p.m. From defendant's camera surveillance system, it shows him returning on his golf cart. Next one is K3. State's Exhibit 67. This is a still photo from defendant's camera surveillance system on July 20th, 2022, 11:10 hours, of his detached garage area. You can see defendant holding an AR-style rifle.
Is that this area right here?
Yes, sir, right in front of his gun safe. Next one is K5A. This is State's Exhibit 68. It's a still photo from defendant's camera surveillance system, July 20th, 2022, at 11:17 hours. It shows the detached garage and defendant walking out of the garage towards his white GMC vehicle with a handgun in his right hand and the AR-style rifle in his left hand.
And that's this you're referring to? His right hand?
Yes, sir.
And the rifle in his left, is that right? Next one.
Next one's K5B. It's State's Exhibit 69. It looks like a closer view of that same picture with the defendant walking out his detached garage with the handgun in his right hand and an AR-style rifle in his left.
Next one.
This is K6. State's Exhibit 70. Defendant's camera surveillance system still photo. on July 20th, 2022 at 11:19 p.m. It shows the defendant leaving in his white pickup truck headed towards Blair Street.
Okay.
Next one's K7. This is State's Exhibit 71, July 20th, 2022 at 11:19 hours. Shows the still photo of the defendant's camera surveillance system. Shows the defendant in his white pickup truck at the head of the road at Blair Street. And if you look a little bit to the right, you can see a golf cart coming up Blair Street.
In this area right here?
Yes, sir.
Based on your investigation, were you able to identify the driver of that golf cart?
We were.
Who was that?
It was a Mr. Cribb.
Did you interview Mr. Cribb?
Invest-
Based on seeing this discussion on the video?
We did. Investigator Griffith did that investigation.
And did Mr. Cribb provide you with anything of evidentiary value on your investigation?
Yes. Next one's K8. This is State's Exhibit 72. Defendant's camera surveillance system. Still photo on July 20th, 2022 at 11:20 p.m. It shows the defendant in his white truck alongside that same golf cart that pulled up.
Mr. Cribb's golf cart?
Yes, sir.
And what's the timestamp on that? 11:20 and 13 seconds, is that right?
Yes, sir. 11:20 p.m. and 13 seconds.
Okay. Next, please.
Next one's K9. This is State's Exhibit 73. Same camera surveillance system from the defendant. Still photos at 7/20/2022 at 11:29 p.m. and 16 seconds. It shows the defendant leaving his residence, turning left on Player Street towards Highmarket Street. In the golf cart, it looks like it's turning around.
Okay. So 9 minutes transpired from the time, on these timestamps, from the time the golf cart pulls up until they separate ways.
Part ways, yes, sir.
And let's just talk about details a little bit. When you are at the base of, on Player Street, and you which way would you turn if you were heading towards 4012 North Fraser Street? Based on this.
You would take a left onto Player Street and then a left onto Highmarket.
So based on this, turning left would be heading towards the direction of the crime scene, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Next, please.
Next one is K10. It's State's Exhibit 74. Defendant's camera surveillance system, still photo on July 21st, 2022 at 12:18 hours in the morning. It shows the defendant in his white pickup truck returning home.
Okay, and that timestamp is when?
12:18 and 47 seconds a.m.
And based on your investigation, the 911 call came in at 12:13, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Next.
Next one's K11. State's Exhibit 75. Defendant's camera surveillance system, still photo on July 21st, 2022 at 12:19 a.m. and 7 seconds. Shows the defendant pulling up to his detached garage in the same white pickup.
And then we see subsequent, the action surveillance system, Mr. Todd getting out of the vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Todd was by himself,
Yes, sir.
and Mr. Todd did not have a handgun in his hand when he was getting out of his truck, is that right?
Correct. And last one is K12. State's Exhibit 76. Defendant's camera surveillance system, July 21st, 2022, around 1:55 a.m. and 34 seconds. Deputies on scene from the sheriff's office.
So does this picture, the timestamp, depict the first time deputies arrived on scene? I know this was a kind of barricaded suspect situation.
No, sir. They were down the street till they can get enough deputies to attempt to make contact.
Okay, so this timestamp captures the period of time in which deputies were attempting to contact Mr. Todd, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Take the course of indulgence just for a second. Take the course of indulgence just for a minute. Let me see what we're doing. Let me show you States 91. I think that's 91. Let me show you, you're generally familiar, based on your investigative duties, of the layout of the streets around Georgetown County, City of Georgetown's high north area of the county.
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar, I think you mentioned Mr. Todd's residence at 258 Player Street and the direction of travel if you turned left, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Let me show you a photograph, satellite view, of, see if you recognize on there where Mr. Todd's residence was, where you executed the search warrants.
Yes, sir, the yellow dot.
Okay, and so if you orient it this way, can you please trace for the jury the direction of travel turning, if you turn left at the head of the road, where that would take him?
This is going to be his residence right here. If he takes a left, he'll come up Player Street, and this is High Market Street.
And then from High Market up to North Fraser, several different ways.
Yes, sir.
We move States 91 in evidence.
Oh, I have no objections.
Send out.
Let's just kind of focus on a couple of timestamp questions for the time discussions. So is it safe to say, let's refer to State 66, returning on a golf cart. What's the timestamp on that?
Time is 11:08 p.m.
You already testified about Mr. Todd going into the outbuilding and arming himself with a couple of firearms. Shows 11:17, so 9 minutes after returning, going straight to the safe.
Yes, sir.
And the next timestamp, 11:19.
Yes, sir. 11:19 and 36 seconds.
So 11 minutes upon arriving, going to the safe, putting weapons in the truck and leaving. Is that about the time frame we're talking about? Literally 11 minutes.
Yes, sir.